Hello and welcome, Simon's Trading Channel. Happy Thursday to you. Hope you're all well. Thank you for joining me for another one of my daily Bitcoin price action analyses. And yeah, that is not a healthy looking weekly candle with only 1 day left until CME's closure, which looks pretty much the same. A few days left until Bybit's closure. I wonder if we're going to see another Lazarus impersonation from Bitcoin. So much like, see this candle here, keep your eyes on that, right? As I switch over to CME, ba-ding, see the difference? So over the weekend, a lot of this downside was bought up, and you can see that right there. Now, it would look great for range continuation and further consolidation, which would also look good for the next significant movement to the upside, as in to new all-time highs, for this candle to do the same. So close, I would suggest anywhere down to this blue line, which is basically the wickler over there, tomorrow on CME, and then over the weekend, get bought up and end up looking like this candle. Now, that is all pure speculation, but it would certainly look good. That would look good. If it remains like this come Sunday midnight, that doesn't look so good. But you know, we've got a little bit of perspective, because everyone's sort of been a bit doomsday, you know, about Germany and everything else. 350% move that was. Yeah, it's pretty tasty. And that is not the end of the world. That is by no means the end of this bull run, in my humble opinion. Well, it's just not based on trend at the moment. It just isn't. So, you know, I mean, I hate this phrase, but it is what it is at the moment, which is just a massive consolidation. And it clearly happened before. I've mentioned this many times, 31 weeks, about 16 weeks. So maybe they'll end up being comparable. But the key was here that you look at the last section, which was what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 weeks were more or less completely sideways, more or less. So, you know, pretty interesting. The other interesting part of this consolidation is if you do a Fibonacci retracement, or just look for the pullback, the degree of pullback. So from this low to roughly where the highs were, it did indeed come back down to the 618. So let's say that this does the same. If I try and rejig, have I rejigged? I've rejigged there. Go to the local, or the local low. 618 is 50,000. It's on. I'd say it's on the cards. It's on the cards, but I wouldn't say those cards are in my hand at the moment. But also think about it this way, right? Bitcoin basically got up to 75,000, rounding figures. If you're a fund manager, right, for one of the ETFs, and you are looking at this bull market, and you think, wow, 75 back down to 50, that is a 50% sale price, if you like, for Bitcoin. Would you not want some of that action? I can tell you who would. So, yeah, you know, it's, again, this is very pithy. Like, what I'm saying is all just my humble opinion. Weekly support resistance lines at 45, but there's 50, you know, is a key area, and so a wick down to 45 would not be surprising. But I think weekly closures around 50 would kind of look fine, really. and just be similar to this. So similar to this move and then this pullback, which clearly then, as part of a massive consolidation, then went on to deliver some amazing gains for Bitcoin. What if the doomsayers are right? And I don't think they are. Like, the only way that I would describe the bull run being over is with a very obvious, where's my pencil? Come back, paint. Where are you, paintbrush? Let's go with a highlighter. It needs to convince me that it's in a downtrend. And for Bitcoin to do that, it needs to probably do this. So I move back down to somewhere where I said, somewhere close to where I said. So basically this whole area. Followed by a move back up to the current blue line, and then turn back down, as in more selling pressure, but then getting back below this low. That is the start of a bear market. But that whole thing is a long way away. And it just seems a little bit melodramatic to be talking about at the moment. So, wow, 7 minutes, Simon, come on, boy. You got the other time frames. Also, the momentum that I like to use is still to the upside on the weekly, so hey ho. Daily and 4 hours still to the downside, as you can see. The daily pretty much wick down to the previous wick low. Hasn't broken down below it yet. So that's fairly interesting. I would suggest that, well, 60,000 is key again, right? Daily closures back above 60,000 would at least make this look more like a fake out rather than a breakout. So much like this, over 1, 2, and then the third day, sort of got back into the range. So this was it's only really been today that's had a daily closure below 60. So you know, something like that, and then get back above 60 on a daily closure, and maybe a bit of a retest to 60,000, and then getting back above wherever that high comes in. Well, that's just more consolidation, more sideways, and that would look good really for the next big move to be to the upside. So yeah, I would look for this to, I'd look for Bitcoin, well, really by Monday, I'd say, to do something convincing if it's going to be a fake out breakout like this. But if it does something like that here, so let's get rid of that. So if it just sort of chops around here into next week, then very likely to make another move to the downside, and 53, the first target, and following that, basically 50,000. And those are indeed the 0.5 retracement and the 618 retracement on the Fibonacci of this whole move up. So there we go. I'm going to leave it like that. I didn't even get down to the 4 hour, but never mind. I hope you enjoyed the video and it was worthwhile you watching and spending a period of time with me. I appreciate it. And if you appreciate it, give us a like and subscribe. Cheers. And join me tomorrow because I'll be doing another one. For Friday, we'll see where CME looks like it's going to close. Okay, bye-bye. See you tomorrow.